This is a tutorial on how to completely automate your cases with the app ZenKraft, right? That's automated FedEx shipping, could be DHL or anything else. First thing you do is download the app ZenKraft. They have fantastic support, and they also have the demo FedEx account. So this is important. So in security, you make sure you first open up your Salesforce org to ZenKraft, then to Shipment Test Server, which is they have this FedEx account, so you can test and load test, and then also off their Shipmate object, open it up to FedEx. That's the real thing, right? Notice how this is active, and I deactivated this when it's live, right? So first, Shipmate Test Server, ZenKraft Shipmate Test Server, and print node. Why the print node? Because that's it's from ZenKraft through FedEx into your Salesforce, into your building to the printer. And you need to open that up. You know, there's two-way authentications, etc., etc. What's the next step? The next step is go to the FedEx custom address source, create two of them, and you drive one. Well, you don't necessarily need two, but I created two. But the first one is determined on, it's the mapping, right? So it goes off a formula field that determines what kind of a shipment is. Is it a return or is it outbound? And that's a simple case formula. This is the fake case formula. Shipment type, case status, case entered by customer, then it's a return. Label sent to customer is a return, otherwise it's outbound. And what happens on the outbound is it flips the address mapping. See what I mean? So instead of from them to us, it becomes us to them. And that's key here. And here, for instance, is a FedEx shipment. You know, again, you go from custom address source here, and then you go to FedEx shipment preferences, which you use the custom address. FedEx shipment preferences contains all the other stuff, you know, the account, the default people, the phones, everything else. But FedEx custom address source is the key thing, and it's that specific code for that you need for your process builder, right? Here's this. Here's, for instance, once you link it all, right? And in here, this is where you find your record type. This is the general record type for the case. I created a process, see my process builder thing. And that's where you also look at when you click here, click RMA return, you'll get that same address as here up on top. See, this is the one for a return shipment. You need to use this one because I'll show you how to use it in your process builder. So how do you do an automated shipping? Off the case, when a case is created. What do? Record type ID equals ID, what was from the top of your case, right? And case status is entered by customer. Then you create a shipment. You trigger this off the FedEx. Here, let me go back and show you. You create this off the FedEx shipment object. Trigger it there, and here's the custom address ID. It's this one up here. Do you see that? It's this one, the first one, it's that one, and that's where you hard code it, right there. And the record type is a reference field for the case ID, and that's how the customer's record is linked correctly and their address is pulled up. right? That has to be preloaded. Let me go back to the process. And with that, that's how you do it. So criteria, create shipment after 1 hour. Why do I wait an hour? I change the status to send to customer. Why? Because sometimes this takes a minute or two. And then 2 hours later, I send a other email. On the other stuff, right, on the process builder, when you track between shipments, you run it off the FedEx shipmate object. So FedEx shipment, status in transit, and then you update the case record. That's how you do that. So that way you get all this chattering between the FedEx scanners, where your shipment is, and everything else. And with that, I wanted to say, this is how you completely automate your FedEx shipping on the case object using Process Builder, no code. Oh, one last trick, and this is actually important. When you debug, you go to Apex Jobs, because if something doesn't work in your Process Builder, right, it will show, see, here's the batch track, scheduled version capture, future. It'll show which field didn't map correctly. So you do the Process Builder, you think you got it close, go to Apex Jobs and fix it there. With that, thank you so much. This is a complete step-by-step using Process Builder to do complete automated shipments for ZenKraft. They're great. I love the app. Highly recommend it.